been talked about in a negative way? Well, let me tell you, join the club. We all have been. It can be so hurtful, can't it? I wanted to go through some keys with you, not only that I've used, but others have also, that have got you through that time. There are some people who go, don't worry about it. Well, you do need some principles. There's an old saying, policies are many, principles are few. Policies change, but hey, principles never do. And I hope that these will help you get through times when either someone or people have talked about you in a negative way and they just don't understand, or perhaps you're in the wrong and people have talked about you and you're just aching for someone to come along and understand. Well, have a look at this with me. Number one, don't give it oxygen by over defending yourself. Don't give it oxygen by over defending yourself to the crowd. And these days you see it on social media, people defending themselves or screaming out. People won't listen. You'll only dig a hole and make it worse. Number two, if they don't come to you personally, directly, they are more than likely closed-minded anyway, and the truth of the truth, or even reconciliation. You know, they're closed-minded. They're not coming to you. They're more interested in talking. You become the subject matter for a great conversation. Not very nice. It's not very nice at all. However, you don't want to let that cruelly. I want to say this before I go on. People's opinion of you should not directly inform you of your value. Okay, don't determine your value on people's opinion of you. Now, what are we up to? Number three, refocus on the good around you. Okay, don't be overwhelmed by the negative. Now, this is all intentional. I'm talking about, and this word intentional keeps coming to me all year, to intentionally pray, to intentionally forgive, to intentionally, and in this case, you intentionally refocus. It takes a little bit of discipline. The good thing is, the discipline you do here will help you in the discipline you do in other things. Maintain your character. Maintain it. Now, you maintain your character by maintaining good habits. Stay soft and teachable. Right? The same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay. You don't want to grow hard and bitter. Some people, they get to an age and you know they've had a tough life because they're hurting everyone. And I've learned this: hurt people hurt other people, healed people heal other people. Don't retaliate. Okay, don't retaliate at others. You want to be a person of reconciliation. In other words, happiness is not pleasure. Happiness is victory. You get what you're looking for. Have an objective of reconciliation. Don't involve an audience in your hurt. However, if you must, confide in someone to maintain some wisdom. Sometimes, you know, there's an old saying that misery loves company. You don't want that. You want to get with someone who has either been there. There's an old saying, tell me I may forget, show me I may remember, involve me, and I will understand. And it's true. There are many people that will either understand you, but in the event that they don't understand, ensure that they love you enough to listen and to pray with you. And if they can give you some wisdom, that's awesome. But don't involve an audience. Some people will try and keep you locked up in your personal failings. Don't stay there. Don't stay in your personal failings. You don't want to keep failing, do you? I mean, you've got to learn from that. Grow from that. Some people will want to remind you of your history. You want to get around people that remind you of your destiny. Wisdom. And here's what I know about wisdom. It takes no joy in somebody else's failings. And I am surprised how so many people, love to talk about somebody else's failings. I guess we all do it. We talk about politicians in ways that are just so negative. They put themselves out there, and boy, do they get torn down. Love is more interested in hope and those things that build up. You know, we can all get a checkup from the neck up sometimes, don't we? All of us. A real, to reevaluate the way we think, the way we talk about others. Remember, if you're a person that enjoys discussing others, be aware that that hurts people. You want to be a person that can think above and not beneath, because people will talk about you, both good and bad. We can't allow that to determine our value. Because let me tell you something, if you're the news today, somebody else is going to be the news tomorrow for that type of person. Be encouraged today. Be a person of reconciliation. Think above and not beneath. Right? The sun really is shining above the clouds. Be intentional in your prayer life. And remember to say, Father, I love you. Remember, He loves you. He will not abandon you. I did a video just recently on the things God cannot do. What He cannot do is abandon you, right? He loves you with an everlasting love. So perhaps rewind this video. Consider these points. Definitely don't involve an audience in your hurt. Definitely do not retaliate. And definitely do not start, airing your grievance publicly. I love this little section in the Bible where Mary is noticing all these miracles that Jesus is doing, and the Bible says, and Mary kept these things quiet in her heart. A wise woman. God bless you. And I pray for you now that you will not let hurt make you hurt others, that you will be healed, remembering that happiness is not pleasure. Happiness is victory.